What's up, everybody? I'm here with another book review. This time, I want to talk about Night of the Puppet People from the Most Wanted series. This is a book I didn't have a lot of excitement going into because I felt like it was either going to be like a Slappy book or Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes book. And it was a little bit of both, which is both okay and both bad. Not a Living Dummy, I know there's a ton of those books. And you can't really blame R.L. Stine because that's the most popular villain in all of Goosebumps right now. So I don't blame him for like remaking books. Like, yeah, I want to see something different, but you don't blame. I don't blame him. Slappy's got his own series. It's fine. But the thing about this book that I didn't like was this was actually supposed to be different, and it felt so much like another Night of Living Dummy book, and like, there's so many scenes in this book that just is another Night of Living Dummy. As for the cover, I really enjoy the cover. Like, look at the teeth on that thing. Both of them. That's scary. In the book, they actually get bit by this thing, so that's actually pretty scary. I'll give them props for that. Another thing that's different about the cover is in the book, there's 3 marionettes. There's a knight, queen, and a king. And yeah, the queen's wearing a tiara, the king has like a robe, and this one just looks like 2 regular kids turned into puppets. So yeah, I don't think the cover artist read this book, and if I wasn't a big Goosebumps fan, I probably wouldn't have either, because this wasn't a good one. I'll tell you that much now. So yeah, I assume this is going to be just another ripoff of Night of Living Dummy. And it kind of was. The story starts off with a prologue, which is different because most of the time, the prologues seem to happen in the special edition books. And this one is just a regular Most Wanted book. So the prologue starts off with a birthday party. And these 2 kids named Ben and Jenny are at this party. I don't know exactly how old they are, but this is like 4 years before or something like that. And long story short, there's this guy that comes in with these puppets, and the puppets come to life and they bite one of the kids, and they have like nightmares and get scared, whatever. So it cuts back to present day, and they mentioned they're having this talent show, and the kids really want to win because there's 2 girls that they don't like, and I don't even remember their names. I think one's name's Annie. The other one, I have no idea. Like, I pushed this book so far from my mind already. I finished this today, by the way. So this isn't something that I finished like a week ago. I read this today, and I already forgot, like, most of this. This was not a book that's going to be memorable. I'm going to look back at this book a couple years from now. I'm not going to remember hardly anything. Anyway, there's these girls that the 2 guys, or the guy and the girl doesn't like. The 2 twin sisters, twin brother and sister, do not like. And the thing about them not liking them is they don't seem really that bad. Towards the end of the book, like, they kind of bully them a little bit. So, there's that. But, like, before, they just kind of don't like them because they win at everything and they're like goody 2-shoes and stuff. So it's kind of like a you can't scare me kind of scenario, which another book I didn't like. So this is like a mixture of just a bunch of bad books. So anyway, they want to like win this talent show. The talent show is the winner gets a $500 reward, and yeah. So they go to their friend Bird's house, which is a guy. They say his real name, but I don't remember what it is. They say he looks like a bird. He's got a big nose, small eyes, whatever. So they go upstairs or they go into the attic looking for clothes to do like a skit thing. And anyway, they end up knocking stuff over, and they find these puppets back there. So they're like, let's use the puppets. But the 2 twin brother and sister, they're scared of these puppets, so they don't really want to use them. But after some convincing, they decide to use them. And once the talent show starts, because of course you got to have a talent show in any of these kind of books, things begin to happen that look exactly like what they look like in the other Night of Living Dummy books. The other 2 girls have these 2 marionette puppets of their own, but they're just like, kind of like handcrafted. which again, I respect them more. The strings get cut on them, and they go in and they find their puppets with the scissors in their hand. Somebody writes puppets rule on the walls of some room, and a marker is left in one of the marionette's hands. So, yeah, all things point to these things coming alive and wreaking havoc. Which I was reading this and I was like, oh, come on, this can't be that bad, you know. And luckily, there was no insult things, which I know that, like, you know, Slappy, he comes alive and he just insults you and stuff. I'm glad they didn't go that route, you know. That's a plus, I guess. Anyway, after that, we kind of get like a mild twist, like in the middle of the book, and it's very disappointing. Pretty much takes away from like the first half of the book because, yeah, I can't really say because it'll spoil it. And then after that, the two kids decide to get revenge because of what the two girls do to them, and they pull the puppets back out. And after this, we get like a little bit of chicken because one of the characters start turning into a puppet, and they're trying to figure out how to turn back. So they find this card with the guy that created these puppets, and they go to find out like how am I going to turn back, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this book, like based on plot, because it'll spoil too much. Which again, this is not a great book. I did like the setting inside the attic. It kind of got scary. There's like a storm outside and all that cool stuff. I like the mystery surrounding the puppets, like where'd they come from, you know, what can they do, what kind of powers do they have, why are they doing this? And it's not really implied why they done any of this, like why any of the stuff happened, and it's not really implied that they're like really that evil. Like they do something to a kid, you know, turn him into a puppet, but like he tries to like turn back, you know, so nothing substantial happens. Yeah, I'm kind of rambling now, but yeah, not a lot happens in this book. There's a twist. The ending is really good. Like the twist ending at the very end of the book is very good. That's the best part of the whole book. But again, whoever that happens to doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. But yeah, Night of the Puppet People, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 5 stars. Like there's not really a lot to like about this book. Again, the best parts are in the attic and at the end, and the mystery surrounding the puppets. And we don't get the answers that I wanted. Like, I wanted to know how these things were doing this, like why these things were doing this. And we don't get that. The things don't even talk that much. They talk like one sentence in the whole book. So they're nothing like Slappy. They don't explain themselves. Yeah, Night of the Puppet People. The last Most Wanted book that I had to read, and it wasn't really that good. Again, 2 out of 5 stars for me. If you guys read this, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I do plan on going back and reviewing every single Most Wanted book. From number 1 to 10, which is the originals, and then I want to do the series, the special editions. And I want to rank them. Like, I want to rank them individually, like from the 1 to 10 in the special editions. I consider them their own thing, so that'd be kind of fun. The bad thing is there's a lot of these books that aren't memorable. Like I said, I don't know if I said that in this video, but the Most Wanted series is not a favorite of mine. It's probably my least favorite out of all of the series of Goosebumps. There's one book in the whole Most Wanted series I gave 5 stars. The special editions are pretty good, but the standalone Most Wanted, whatever, they're not that great. And this one, spoiler alert for the ranking, but this is probably one of the weakest ones. But yeah, as far as Most Wanted, Night of the Puppet People, like I said, 2 out of 5 stars. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Thank you, and goodbye.